Namaste. Welcome all of you in Knowledge Khazana. This is our third lecture in the series of the subject Information Technology for Standard 12 Maharashtra Board HSC Board. Now let's see. In Standard 11th, you have already learnt input elements. But here in Standard 12th, you are going to learn advanced input elements provided by HTML5. In our second lecture, we have already learned the first input element, that is input type is equal to color. Now, in this lecture, we are going to learn the remaining advanced input elements. And we are going to see how they are used. The second input element, that is input type is equal to number. It defines a field for entering a number. See, when you use input type is equal to text for entering anything, any kind of data like characters, text, numbers, symbol, anything. But there was no any validation. Means there was in input type is equal to text, you can enter anything. But if you want to enter specifically a number only, then this advanced element has been provided by HTML. See, you can enter the number by typing, or you can also select any number by pressing the up and down arrows provided in the element. The number element also checks that the content is a valid number or no. Means it will not allow you to enter characters, symbols, etc. anything. So this is the special validation attribute provided by the input type is equal to number element. It also provides the attributes like max, minim, mean and step to validate the entered number with maximum and minimum allowed numbers. And see the good example for this can be when you are going to fill a form for booking the railway ticket. At that time, the minimum passengers can be 1. In a singular form, you are allowed to enter only maximum 5 passengers. So there you can see the example of minimum and maximum. The example of step attribute can also be said in the same form for the same thing. For example, if some likes to travel only by sitting on the lower berth, it is a sleeper train provided. So do you know what is the berth number of the lower berth? It is 7. So the next occurrence of the lower berth number is 7 plus 8, 15. Why? There are only 8 berths in a single compartment. The next occurrence would be 23. The next would be 31. Like that. So the step is 8 for entering the specific number by a specific step. We'll see the example of the same. I have already typed so that the time should not get wasted, so that we can save the time, as you have to learn many different things in the lockdown period. See, enter the number of family members. Another example I have taken. Input type is equal to number, name is equal to, minimum is equal to 1 and maximum is equal to 9. I suppose that there are only 1 member in your family and maximum there are 9 members in your family. See, here it will take the value from 1, the data has been saved, and any value up to 9. The value lesser than 1 will not get submitted, right? Why? It is validated. It is showing that the data must be greater than 0 or equal to 1. I can enter any data like this, which will get submitted. If I try to enter any data below 9, suppose I am going to enter 11, it will not get submitted. Why? It is prompt me by showing the validation message that I have to enter the data between 1 to 9, because minimum value I have specified as 1 and maximum value I have specified as 9. Okay. So we can enter the numbers between 1 to 9. The next attribute, that is URL. Some people call URL as uniform resource locator, whereas the others call it as universal resource locator. Whatever it be, basically it is a website address. This URL element provides a field for entering the website address. See, it again validates the website address. Means whatever you have typed, the user has typed, is a valid website address or no. See, how you can validate it? It can validate because the website address always starts with HTTP or HTTPS and it is followed by at least one character of the server name and then domain name. Suppose we are asking you to enter the website address of your college. Okay. For that also we have prepared the program. Enter the website address, that is URL of your college. Input type is equal to URL, name is equal to your college. C. Enter the website address. Suppose I am entering something like this and submitting. Then it will show me the prompt. Please enter URL. Why? URL must be made up of what I told you, HTTPS, then rediff.com. Why? HTTP is also there. All the components are present over there. HTTPS followed by colon 2 4 slashes, then server name followed by domain name. As it is a valid URL, it has been submitted. The next is image. When you were in standard 11th, you have already learned to enter the image. But now here, that was a simple image. But here, this advanced element image is a different. It is nothing but a submit button. Instead of having the text, it will show the image. But it will work as a submit button only. It is a clickable button which is also used in JavaScript to activate a script. See how we can set the image. For that the source attribute is used. Source means the path or the location which acts as a for the image which acts as a submit button. The important thing is alt attribute is used to show the alternative string or the text in case the image doesn't appear. And the width and height attributes are also used for setting the size of the image. It does not accept the value attribute. What it says actually, whenever you click on that button, that submit button, where there is an image, the location or the place where that click has been occurred, click event has been taken place, the x and y coordinates of that location from the top left corner are actually same. I will show the example of the same image. For addition function, click for addition function. I will show over here. Or will change over here. Submit. Submit the form. Okay. Input type is equal to name, image, submit. Here I will use this different image. Width is equal to, now I will set width 100. Okay. And height 80. Alternative text. Submit the form. Okay. See, earlier it was this, now we will refresh. Okay. Submit the form. Okay. This is what shown, and once you click on it, whatever data you have entered here will get submitted. The next is input type is equal to date. This element defines a date picker with a year, month and date. It opens the calendar component. You can choose the required date from the calendar by clicking on the drop down arrow or by clicking on the increment or decrement arrows on the date element. What does that mean? We'll see in the example. A bullet like button present in the calendar selects the date of the today or the current date of the user's computer automatically. Suppose you are going to ask the user his college admission date. Okay. So how we will do it? See, the examples which I am taking are the general or common examples. While watching this video, there may be many examples coming across to you, or you may be remembering or imagining different things for the different input elements. You can use your own examples also. Okay. Now see. Enter your college admission date. Input type is equal to date. Here you can select any date by using up and down arrow. Date, then month, then year. As it is the current year 2020, so currently it is shown 2020. No admissions has been taken so far in the year from 7th March 2020. So it is not possible. Why? Everybody is locked down. See, the calendar component opens over here. So you can select the any date. For example, 14th March 2018. And you can increase or decrease by using these arrows. Okay. And this button sets the, look at it properly, this button like bullet like symbol is over there, it sets the current date. Okay, change the font. Now the next element, input type is equal to email. Okay, this defines a field for entering an email address. Again it is validated. Why? Email address also has some components which must be entered in the email element. Which are the components? First of all, there is a username, then it is followed by ampersand sign, then followed by mail server name, and then a dot. Again, that dot is also followed by at least 2 letters from A to Z of a domain name. So we'll ask the user to enter his email ID. Now I'll take the example as these days online learning is going on. The teachers are giving you the assignments or the homeworks, and they are expecting that you solve the assignments and submitting it to the teacher or the college. So I have taken the example that enter the email ID, enter your email ID. Okay. So input type is equal to email, name is equal to email personal. Enter your email ID. Suppose I am entering something like this, then it will not get submitted. It will show, please include an ampersand symbol. Okay. So suppose I enter ampersand symbol. Will it get submitted? No, because there is not a dot. Then suppose I type to here, server name. Okay, it will get submitted. This can be the perfect example of the email ID. Okay, the next thing. Input type is equal to month. Suppose this element defines a month and year control which let the user enter a month and a year in a YYYY-MMM format. What is this YYYY? It is a 4 digits year. 4 digits means 2020, 2020. There are 4 digits. And a month. For example, even for the month March, it is 03. So 2 digits for the month number. If the browser supports a date picker pops up while entering the input field. The example for that we can take off, enter your birth month and year. Any example you can take, whatever you like. Enter your birth month, input type is equal to month, name is equal to month birth. This is the element number 7. See, only month and year, not the date. Okay. starts with January, okay, February, like that, and year. You can enter manually also. 4 digits, okay, and you can change here. Whatever you want to change, select and change using the up and down arrow keys, okay. Or you can directly click on the calendar control and you can select the month or day, whatever you want. For example, 1999 July, okay. So this element provides you only 1999 July. It is validated. Month. The next element is range. Where this range element is used, see, user can select the range by clicking on the slider provided in the element. User can set the minimum and maximum values for the range. Default range is 0 to 100. The good example for this, if you want to set the volume of the speakers or the television or whatever multimedia you are using, then how you set the volume using a slider? A slider is provided by using the advanced element range. The minimum value for that volume is 0 and the maximum value is 100. 0 means mute and the maximum value for this it is 100. The another example of the same range element can be given. For example, while watching these videos, you must be watching a symbol is over there. The logo is over there at the center. That is a transparent logo. So I wanted to set the transparency of that logo. Whether it is 100% opaque or 100% transparent, or how much transparent or how much opaque. That can be set by using the range element. Okay. The same example we will see, or we can see the another example of microphone also. Range of volume of microphone also. Select the volume for your presentation. Okay, for it means you are submitting the presentations or you are putting on the presentations. You are going to show the presentation to your class. Okay. This is also you are going to face after some days when the online education will start in the full swing. Then in a Zoom meeting or any other software, whatever application we use, everybody would be asked to give the presentation. Why? On the computer itself or using the mobile. Suppose you want to set the volume for the presentation, then we can write select the volume, input type is equal to range. Okay, now see. Select the volume for presentation. This is at the center. So it must be 50. It is lesser than 50. It is 0. And it is 100. So now you have set the volume for presentation is 100. We can submit form here also. The next input element is date time local. What does this mean? It defines a date picker that includes the year, month, date and time. Let's see. Includes date picker, date, month, local time, date and time. The resulting value is the year, month, date and time. Suppose you have taken the appointment for your admission. Okay. Or the good example for this is on a specific date and at a specific time, you are going to have the live session of whatever online lessons you are going to attend. So this example also we can take. Okay. Let's take the example. enter the date and time of your online session. Okay, date session. We'll update it over here. Enter the date and time of your online session. Date and time. Okay. Suppose on 10th of May, year 2020 at 9 a.m. So instead of writing A, we can set it from these values, AM or PM. Okay. So on 10th May 2020, you are going to have an online session at 9 a.m. By clicking on this calendar, you can also set the date manually. So suppose on 18th May, okay, instead of 9, 5 p.m. after having the tea and all. Okay, 5 p.m. I have set over here. Okay, I'm sending the form. Valid data has been submitted. The next input element, that is time. This time element defines a control for or a time picker for selecting the time in hours, minutes, and it can optionally be in seconds also. It enables the user to change the time value in a graphical way, as we learned in the earlier example. Date, that is AMPM, that is activated in our post meridian by pressing the up and down arrows provided in the element. Instead of having to input it directly, adjusting like typing AM or PM. Enter your birth time. This can be a good example. Why? To whom do we provide the time? Our birth time? To a astrologer. Okay? Any example of time you can take, whatever you like. Input type is equal to time. Enter your birth time. Okay? Enter your birth time. You can type over here, for example, 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10:25 a.m. Okay? Only time. As it is a time control, time element, so it will only ask for the time. You can select AM or PM also. You can select the months or increase the month or minutes, increase the hours. Oh, okay, and set AM or PM. The next element is week. This is an interesting element and a different element which you must not have thought of also. It is a really unique element. It defines a week and a year control for entering the year of ISO following ISO 8601 week number during that year, that is week 1 to week 52 or 53. What does this mean? See, the year starts with January, so starting from 1st January up to the first Sunday, that is the first week. So the week 1 is for that January 1 to the coming Sunday. Like that, the last week number, that can be 52 or 53, that is the last week which ends with December 31. Starting from the last Sunday up to December 31, it is the last week. So that can have the last week number as 53. It is followed by the standards ISO 8601. Okay. Now, it sets the elements value to a string representing a week, to a string. If the browser supports it, A date picker pops up while entering the input field. The example I have taken it is, I have asked the user to select the week for his night shift duty. Any example, whatever you like for the week, you can take here. Enter the week of your night shift duty. Okay. Week, no? So 2 of 2019. Okay, like this. Or you can change also. Week of the year. Year. So see, here I have said week 5. So week 5 can be the last week of January or the first week of February also. Let's see. See, it was the first week of February. Okay, in this way we can set the week number. See, it was the week number as 5. Let's set some another week number. Another week for the year. Or if you want to say, see what was the week number for your birthday or anything of that year. Or here the example which we are taking for the night shift duty. Suppose in 2015, in the month of July, for the date of 17, the week number was 29. See, the date I have selected as for this week. Any date which I selected between this week, the week number was 29, starting from week number 1. Okay. The next element is search. Search element defines a text for entering a search text or a website text, website search or Google search. The value of the name attribute must be set, otherwise nothing will be submitted. For example, if you want to search on the website, let's see how it can be done. Enter the search text. Input type is equal to search. Okay. So you can type whatever you want. Lotus. And you can set it for searching on the website. The next element is input type is equal to file. Again an interesting element. See, the file element defines a file select field and a browse button for the file upload. User can upload file, documents, photographs, etc. anything. The important attribute, accept attribute of the file element specifies the type of file that the server accepts that can be submitted to the file upload. For example, to allow file element can accept only audio file or video file or image file. Using the accept attribute, we can set it as only for audio file. We can set accept is equal to audio /star. Allowing for only to enter upload only video file, you can set accept is equal to video /star, like this. Multiple attributes which don't have a boolean value means only multiple is written. Without value, allowed to accept multiple files at a time by giving comma between different types of files. Means you can submit or upload many files at a time. This multiple attribute of the advanced elements, HTML advanced input elements, which we are going to see in detail later. It also shows the name and number of files selected or attached for uploading against the choose file button in the form. Suppose I have set the multiple attribute, then it can, and I have selected many files, it can show the number of files which I have selected or attached against the choose file button. Suppose these days you are learning online and your teachers gives you the homework, gives the assignment, and they expect that you solve the assignments and submit them back to the school or to the teacher or to the college. So how they will check whether you have submitted, how they will check your marks, how will they will give you the marks, assign you the marks. For that you are required to submit the file. Suppose any computer related work has been given to you, then you must have solved the file on the computer, the assignment whatever it is, and your soft copy must be there on the computer. It can be in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, anything. Suppose you have written manually using pen and paper, then you can take its photograph and then you have to attach it to the pen drive, to the phone or to the computer, and you can send it. That can be a image file. You can also send your video, audio, whatever you want by using the accept attribute. That is a type. Accept is basically a type, but that shows what kind of file you are going to submit. And multiple means the number of files you can submit. Let's see the example. Attach your answer file. Input type is equal to file. It is an I want to accept only image file. Okay. So you can set any image. See, the name of that image file is shown over here. Suppose I am selecting one more image. Okay, so that is also shown over here against the choose button. I have not set the multiple attribute. Suppose I set the multiple attribute. Multiple. I am selecting two files. Then both the files will get submitted. Okay. And the last advanced input element is telephone. This element defines an input field that should contain a telephone or a mobile number. As you have already learned in standard 11, to enter a field, we can accept characters, numbers, anything. For that, you have learned input type is equal to text. But here, this input type is equal to telephone. Tel can accept only telephone numbers. How you can assure that it accepts only telephone number? Then this can be done using the pattern attribute. So that you can set a specific pattern to validate the enter telephone number. And the title attribute is also used to specify suitable hint for entering the valid telephone number. I have created special lectures on this pattern attribute, also on the search, also on search element that I am going to upload separately. See, for example, you are asking the user to enter a 10 digits mobile number, which is followed by the 2 digits country code and a dash. How you can achieve it? For example, to validate that 10 digits mobile number, which is made up of the numbers 0 to 9, 10 digits mobile number made up of 0 to 9, followed by 2 digits country code, which is made up of the number 0 to 9, 2 digits country code made up of the number 0 to 9, and a dash. So how can you write? Input type is equal to telephone, name is equal to whatever you want, pattern is equal to 0 to 9, 2 digits, 0 to 9, 10 digits, and a dash between them. Why title is required? So it provides you a suitable hint so that user cannot get confused what he is expected to enter in that telephone box. The box, input box provided for the entering the telephone. Means what pattern the website designer is expecting. The title I have written it's a whatever I want. The exact My expectation. See, enter your father's mobile number. Why I have written father's mobile number? Why? Suppose these days the teachers are giving the homework. Suppose you have not completed the homework and haven't submitted your file of your assignment, then we'll directly contact your father, okay, and put your complaint to him. So that's why I have taken the input type is equal to telephone, and see the title I have written, that is a hint. Enter 10-digit mobile number followed by 2 digits country code and a dash. Pattern what I have told you, 10-digit mobile number made up of 0 to 9, 2 digits country code made up of 0 to 9, and a dash between them. Okay. See, enter your father's mobile number. Suppose I enter something like this. It will not accept. It will show the hint which I have set by the title attribute. Okay. Suppose I am entering characters. It is not a valid input. So it will not accept the same. Suppose I am entering numbers only, but I am not entering a dash between them, or dash at a wrong place. See, only dash should present only after the 2 digits country code. Suppose this is the country code, dash, and a 10 digits mobile number, then it is a valid data. So these were the controls which you were expected to learn in standard 12 input elements. Now we will be back with the attributes, that is the validation attributes, new interesting thing which you are going to learn in with these elements. Okay, till then, stay home, stay safe.